Major Slack Videos.
Hey, welcome back to Major Slack Videos, your first stop for titillating tactical Elden Ring gameplay. This is part 18 of my Samurai run, and yep, you read correctly in the title. We're going to do the Edgar quest line, finish that off, do the nice Cavalry boss fight, the Deathbird boss fight, and the Flying Dragon Agheel boss fight, all in one video. And I'm handing this on over to Gamer Slack because there's no way I could do all this to live running commentary. We just finished picking up a whole bunch of smithing stones in Liurnia Lakes, and we have some money, a ton of money. First thing we're going to level up is Vigor up to 19, and then we're going to upgrade a whole bunch of weapons with all our smithing stones. There are 3 more smithing stones too to be picked up in Liurnia Lakes. They are heavily guarded by 4 crayfish. I finally figured out a decent strategy to get them. So, Hornbow up to plus 10 is going to be very useful in Stormville Castle. Next, we want to get the Loresworn's Great Turn up to plus 7, and the Large Club up to plus 7. Alright. Next, let's go finish out the Edgar quest line. This is where we spoke with Irina near the Bridge of Sacrifice, and we took her letter down to her father at Castle Morn. Delivered the letter. He decided he was going to stay and protect Castle Morn, and when you come back to the Bridge of Sacrifice after having done that, go back to the same spot that you met Irina. This is what happens.
Irina, how could this be? My daughter deserved better. The fault lies with me. I chose duty over my daughter's safety. And that is how fate has answered. I'll find them. The foul wretches responsible for this. I'll hunt them down and exterminate every last one of them. Rest assured, Irina, it will be done.
And that's that. Having done that, if you go up to the Revenger's Shack, which is the location that we discovered in our Liurnia run, Edgar will appear there as an invader. Now, how the story goes, who knows? Apparently he's just in such a blind rage that anybody who, he spots, he instantly attacks. So I guess I'm just going to assume that's the way it works. So here we are at Revenger's Shack. He's going to invade. If we defeat him, we'll get a halberd plus 8 with the Spinning Strike's Ash of War on it. Best thing to do is to use some Golden Vow, and then we're going to use our Bloodhound's Fang. And I'm going to show you the exact spot to launch it off. Otherwise, he's extremely dangerous. And I would put some flasks into health. I put a 4-4 even mix. And you're going to need some Fire Grease too. Just basically all dressed, Golden Vow, switch over to the Bloodhound's Fang, 2-handed, Fire Grease. And you're going to go in the shack and come back out and plant yourself the exact spot that I'm going to show you. Go in the shack, don't pick up the stuff, come back out, plant yourself right here, and face southwest. And as soon as Edgar spawns, count 1 banana and then launch Bloodhound's Fang and then the combo. 1 banana, go. And the combo, and then again. And that's it, that's all it takes. Don't let him get on your way, because he could be really deadly. And that's the end of him and his questline. And I believe amongst the loot that he gave us, he should give us a Shabriri grape. Next, the Knight's Cavalry Glaive. This is a night boss that appears near the Agheel Lake North site of Grace. So everybody go to Agheel Lake North, just southeast of the Gatefront Ruins. This night boss is hellacious. I figured out like 3 different strategies. One involving the Bloodhound's Fang. Went up against him, kicked his ass, Started recording, he kicked my ass, and then I tried again, he kicked my ass again. So obviously that strategy wasn't reliable. What I'm doing now is I'm putting determination on the large club. I didn't actually end up using it, but that's the best thing to do. And I tried another strategy with the Loresworn's Greatsword. Same thing, kicked his ass the first time, started recording, he kicked my ass. So that strategy wasn't reliable. This is the best strategy, the large club. And I was originally going to use determination, but I ended up not using it at all. So I would recommend putting either Sacred Blade on or the Gravitas Ash of War on it to give it some extra magic damage. And then you want to put all your flasks into Crimson Tears. All health. And then you're going to do exclusively jumping attacks. I found that's the best thing to do. Strike that. Put 7 flask charges into Crimson Tears and 1 into Cerulean Tears. So that's 7 and 1. And you're going to gallop to the southeast to the bridge. First thing I like to do is wipe out everybody there. So these soldiers here, wipe them out. Here, just want to make sure there's the oh yeah, I forgot to mention, you have to wait until nighttime to get this guy to spawn. So Agheel Lake North, wait until nighttime, and then this special night boss will spawn. There he is right there, you can see him cantering around on the bridge, that big black horse thing. Okay, so these guys here, I just want to kill them with my bow, keeping a distance because I don't want to set off the knight's cavalry. And there's another guy over here. This is all for the purpose of, I've given it a name now. I call it lock-on hijack. This is where you're in a fight and some enemy in the distance hijacks your lock-on from the enemy you're trying to fight just because your camera kind of crossed in his path and then completely screws up the fight. So I'm getting rid of all these guys to make sure that my lock-on doesn't get hijacked while I'm fighting this guy. And these birds, I'm just scaring away. I wasn't really trying to kill them. Right? So there we go. Everybody in the vicinity is either dead or scared away, so there's not going to be any lock-on hijack. And Flask of Wondrous Physic, I forget what I had in it, but it's not going to really help that much because we're going to do exclusively jumping attacks. And we're going to cast Golden Foul when he turns around. Switch over to the large club. Two-hand it. And like I said, exclusively jumping attacks. Lock on. And you're going to do a jump strong. Jump and do a strong attack. Jump strong. Roll away. And you got lots of health flasks. Typically you want to roll away no more than, well, I did 3 times there, but you don't want to roll away too much because you want to continually sucker a move out of him. Every time he misses a move, go for a jumping attack. Roll away, or keep your distance, and then jump attack every time. Roll away just enough to get out of range, and then move in for a jumping attack. You're going to take some hits, but you got lots of health. You get stuck behind the fence there. There you go. See that move right there? He's really vulnerable after that move when he slams his halberd right into the ground there. So it takes him a long time to recover. Once you knock him off his horse, charge attack. Get close, charge attack. And you'll probably use up all your stamina. I forgot to roll away. And he always calls up his horse again. See that there? That will knock you on your ass, so don't get too close when he does that. And he's almost done. One more shot. That's the drag charge attack that he does. And there we go. And I got 4 flasks of Crimson Tears left. So, very solid strategy. Lots of elbow room. Should be no problem. And you don't have to like remember a lot. Just jump attack and keep your distance. But don't run away whatever you do. Like, don't continually run away because he'll just chase you. And eventually catch up and whack you. You want to go and get away just enough to avoid getting hit and sucker another move out of him. Next, the Deathbird, another knight boss. This kicks off at War Master's Shack. The Deathbird can be easily managed with the Sacred Blade. Like, really dead easy. The only problem is he's extremely deadly himself. So this is going to be the exact opposite of the Knight's Cavalry fight, where basically it was a war of attrition and we stacked all the odds on our side to win that war. This is going to be a hard and fast kind of thing. You're going to use your Sacred Blade, put it on the Lord Sworn's Greatsword, and make sure you put Gravitas on something, either the large club or the halberd that you just got from the Knight's Cavalry, because there's going to be bats out there, and Gravitas is the best way to bring down bats. But hopefully we won't have to deal with them. Okay, so I'm hooking up both those weapons, Lord Sworn's Greatsword with Sacred Blade, and the +8 halberd that we just got from the Knight's Cavalry with Gravitas as a backup, just in case the bats get up in our face. None of this stuff really matters. The only thing that matters is the Arrow's Reach Talisman. For the very same purpose, we're going to wipe out anything and everything that can hijack our lock-on. I'm really big on this now because I've kind of like done an inventory of the reasons why I die. And I would have to say 50% of the time I die in a boss fight is because the lock-on just, you know, goes off the target and onto some distant, completely inconsequential target, something I don't want to have anything to do with. It just, you know, I happen to point the camera in that direction, that enemy grabs the lock-on, and that's it. That and camera flail. Okay, so see all these birds here? This is pretty much the exact area that the Deathbird is going to spawn in. So you want to kill all these birds, definitely from a distance. So use your arrow. Make sure you got the Arrow's Reach Talisman, or use your bow rather, with the Arrow's Reach Talisman, so you can shoot that far. And these rams over here, same thing. Make sure you gun down all these rams, because these can be a real pain in the arse if you get into an extended fight with a Deathbird. But like I said, this is going to be a hard and fast kind of deal, so hopefully it won't be extended. Okay, so kill those 4 rams, kill the 3 birds on top of the runes, and if you can, wipe out these bats here. I ended up accidentally triggering the Deathbird before I could wipe out the bats, but that's okay. That's not a biggie, but sometimes if you can push back that far, the bats, they'll give you a hard time as you're trying to kill the Deathbird. And the Deathbird, its attacks are just devastating. Once he gets underway, man, he just like, you know, he picks you up and he slams you around and down on the ground, and he just wipes his ass with you. Okay, so there we go. I accidentally triggered the Deathbird. I was trying to go after the bats. Okay, so switch over to the Lord Sworn's Greatsword with Sacred Blade, and it's Sacred Blade all the way. And if you can, wait till he lunges. See how much damage it did? Because I hit him with the melee attack and the Sacred Blade at the same time. Watch. There we go. And it only takes 2 shots. If you can do that, it only takes 2 shots. Like I said, hard and fast. And for this, we get the Blue Feathered Branch Sword. Basically, gives you 50% better damage protection if your health is below 20%. Which is, how shall we say, not isolated scenario. It's a scenario that you don't encounter too often, unless you plan it. You know, you actually plan to be in low health. You know, like you take some poisons, whatnot. Okay, so I use grav to just bring down the bats. And finally, let's go after the flying dragon Agheel. So go to Agheel Lake South, and we're going to take off from here. What I want to do is just hustle up a little bit of chump change because I'm about 500 runes short of leveling up. And I know this crab here is worth 300 runes, and then I'm going to kill a couple soldiers and whatnot just to get rid of all this. Like, I got 10,000 runes on me, and I don't want to be taking on the dragon with all that money. I'm just short of leveling up. Wrong one, Slack. Golden Bell. There we go. I should be able to one-shot this crab with Sacred Blade after having cast Golden Bow. Just the trick is to get in range and launch the attack and make sure that, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Lock on hijack. This is typical around crabs. All the little crabs keep hijacking your lock on. Same with land octopus. Land octopi. All the little land octopi hijack your lock on. And looks like Gamerslack at the last minute changed his mind and decided to go with the Bloodhound's Fang, which is also a one shot. Okay, and now I know I'm about maybe about 50 or 60 runes short. So alright, just gonna go up and whack these soldiers here. And that should do it. Nope, not quite. This should do it. Here we go, vigor up to 20. And kind of wondering if I'm going to go to the church. Yeah, go to the Church of Ella. Spend all the remaining runes on arrows.
Always a pleasure.
There we go. 2 runes left. This is ideal. Now, Flying Dragon Agheel. In the middle of Lake Agheel. Probably Seaside Ruins is the best place to launch off for this. Big fire-breathing dragon rather spawns. Best way to deal with them by far is to chase him around on the horse with the Bloodhound's Fang and just simply spam attacks and don't lock on. It works great. And load all your flasks into health slack. I think I forgot to do this. You should do this. Since we're not using any spells or skills whatsoever, load all your flasks into health. And make sure you got some blood grease ready to go. This will enhance the bleed power of the Bloodhound's Fang, because we're going to be hitting him multiple times. So we're bound to get some bleed. And definitely slap on that Flame Drake talisman for some extra fire protection. Okay, so going into war 4 and 4, not ideal. Like I said, you should switch all your flasks to health. You won't be using very much FP at all. I managed to pull it out though. Here is a cluster of land squirts, I believe they're officially known as the poison bulbs. And I don't have a feeded pot, and all my pots are full. So I'm just going to launch a fire pot at this guy just to empty it out. Empty out the crack pot, and then make a feeded pot. And you know the deal with this. Throw a feeded pot at a group of these land squirts, overloads one, and it blows up, and all the others get overloaded. That guy right there. It will poison you though, depending on your immunity. And that in there is an arteria leaf. Just one. Yeah, I'm probably going to want to get rid of this land squirt here. But it doesn't really matter because, like I said, the best way to deal with this dragon is do not lock on. Because you're just going to get camera flail. Camera flails where, like, you know, well, it's just like it's self-explanatory. The camera just flails about because you're locked on to an enemy that's either flying or just a really spastic enemy. And it's, you know, it's a pain in the arse trying to focus on a fight like that. Okay, I'm just waiting for my poison to go down. Alright, here we go. Flask of Wondrous Physic, I forget what's in there. It's not going to really make much of a difference. And Golden Vow. Switch to the Bloodhound's Fang, two-handed. Apply blood grease. And charge towards that fire there. And that will spawn the dragon. And then you're just going to chase it around and whack it. Just do regular attacks. And I would recommend going for his legs all the time. Hang around the vicinity of his legs. When you see this situation here where he's about to breathe fire, the best thing to do is do a jump, just like I did. And the fire will usually miss you. Once again, it's going to breathe fire, jump. Keep double jumping like that, and I didn't buy that time. It's a good strategy though. And I decided to finish him off on foot because I felt pretty confident. There we go. Field Boss Bonanza. Limgree Field Boss Bonanza. How about that, boys and girls? And I think I'm going to bring it on home to the Church of Ella. And I want to thank you all very much for watching. If you thought this was remotely entertaining and or informative, you know what to do. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, post a comment, and I'll see you next time for some more Elden Ring.